Good day, everyone. Today we will discuss the curriculum development. So first, let's discuss the curriculum essentials. So curriculum and the teacher. So there are seven types of curricula in schools. What are those? First, recommended curriculum. Second, written curriculum. Third, taught curriculum. Fourth, supported curriculum. Fifth, assessed curriculum. Next, learned curriculum. Next, hidden and or implicit curriculum. So what is recommended curriculum? So ang tatandaan din dito, yung mga recommended by the DepEd, the CHED, and by TESDA. And next, written curriculum. Ito yung mga form of course of study, syllabi, modules, books, or instructional guides, among others. Next, ang taught curriculum, what is this? Ito yung mga, the teacher and the learners will put life to the written curriculum. So ito yung mga tinuturo ng teacher. Next is ang supported curriculum. Ano-ano ang mga ito? Ito yung mga books. And make learning and teaching meaningful. This include print materials like books, charts, posters, worksheets, or non-print materials like PowerPoint presentation, movies, slides, models, realities, mock-up, and other electronic illustrations. So these are also the places where authentic learning through direct experiences occur. Diba? Mas masaya ang pag-aaral kung merong mga ito. Assessed curriculum, ito yung mga ginagamit for evaluation. Alam natin to. Ang learned curriculum, ito yung mga natutunan ng students. And for example, from a non-reader to a reader, or from not knowing to knowing. Next naman ang hidden or implicit curriculum. This curriculum is not deliberately planned but has a great impact on the behavior of the learner. For example, the peer influence, the school environment, the media, parental pressures, societal changes, cultural practices, natural calamities. So those are the examples of hidden implicit. So again, what are the 7 types of curricula in schools? Recommended curriculum, written curriculum, taught curriculum, supported curriculum, assessed curriculum, learned curriculum, and hidden or implicit curriculum. Next, we will discuss the educational levels. So what are the 3 educational levels? So in our current Philippine educational system, different schools are established in different educational levels, which have corresponding recommended curricula. So there are 3 educational levels: the basic education, the tech voc, and the higher education. So ano yung sa basic education? Kasali dyan ng kinder, grade 1 to grade 12. Next, ang tech voc or technical vocational education, ito yung mga for the tech voc track in senior high school of DepEd. And DepEd and TESDA work in close coordination. Ito naman ay post-secondary, technical, vocational, educational, and training taken care of the TESDA. Next is ang higher education. So alam na natin to. This includes the baccalaureate or bachelor degrees and the graduate degrees like master's and doctorate. So those are the 3 educational levels. So i-discuss din natin ang mga types of education, ang no formal, non-formal, or informal. So yun yung mga types sa education. Now we will proceed sa lesson 2 or the teacher as a curriculist. So, ano ba ang mga dito? So, ang teacher as a curriculist, dapat meron siyang 7 characteristics. What are those? So, dapat ang teacher as a curriculist knows the curriculum, writes the curriculum, plans the curriculum, initiates the curriculum, and innovates the curriculum, implements the curriculum, and evaluates the curriculum. So, let's discuss the word curriculist. What is this? So, the word curricularist to describe a professional who is a curriculum specialist, of course, according to Hayes on 1991 and Orstein and Honskins on 2004. And a person who is involved in curriculum, knowing, writing, planning, and implementing, evaluating, innovating, initiating may be designated as curricularist. So, yun yung mga ginagawa nila. And a teacher's role is broader and inclusive of other functions. And so, a teacher is a curricularist. So, paano magiging curricularist sa teacher? First, ang knows the curriculum. So, dapat sila ay knower. Meron silang mastery of the subject matter. Next, writes the curriculum. Sila ay mga writer. So, the teacher writes books, modules, laboratory manuals, instructional guides, and reference materials. Next, plans the curriculum. Sila ay mga planner. Ito yung mga include the learners, the support material, time, subject matter, or content, the desired outcomes, the context of the learners, among others. Ito yung role ng teacher to make a yearly, monthly, or daily plan of the curriculum. Next, initiates the curriculum. So, in cases where the curriculum is recommended to the schools from DepEd, CHED, or TESDA, UNESCO, or UNICEF, sila ay magiging initiator. There will be many constraints and difficulties in doing things first or leading. However, a transformative teacher will never hesitate to try something novel and relevant. Okay, next, Innovates, ang teacher as a curriculist, innovates the curriculum. So, a good teacher therefore innovates the curriculum and thus become a curriculum innovator. So, dapat creative sila and innovative. Next, implements the curriculum. So, dapat i-implement din nila, di ba? And the success of recommended, well-written, and planned curriculum depends on the implementation. So, para malaman nila kung successful ba ang ginawa nila, kailangan nila itong i-implement. Next, evaluates the curriculum. So, kailangan din i-evaluate. Pagkatapos i-implement, kailangan i-evaluate ang pag-implement nila ng curriculum. So, those are the 7 different roles, the teacher's responsibility as a curricularist. And note that to be a teacher is to be a curriculist, even if a teacher may not equal the likes of John Dewey, Ralph Tyler, Hilda Taba, or Franklin Babbitt. Now, we will proceed. Naintindihan na ba ang the teacher and the curriculum and the teacher and the curriculum in school? So, yun. Next, we'll proceed sa the teacher as a knower of curriculum. And lesson 1, the school curriculum, definition, nature, and scope. So, ano ba ang school curriculum? So, So, there are 3 ways of approaching a curriculum. First, curriculum as a content or body of knowledge. Next, curriculum as a person. Next, curriculum as a product. So, dapat, meron dito sa ating module 2, itatakal din natin ang curriculum as a content or body of knowledge. We also tackle the 4 ways of presenting the content in the curriculum, the 6 criteria in the selection of content, and the 5 guide in the selection of the content in the curriculum, and the 5 basic principles of curriculum content. So, first, the curriculum as a content or body of knowledge. In this, traditionalists equate a curriculum as a topic outline, subject matter, or concepts to be included in the syllabus or books. And if curriculum is equated as content, the focus will be the body of knowledge. Acquisition of facts, concepts, and principles of the subject matter can also be taken as a means to an end. So, do you understand that one? So, we will proceed sa 4 ways of presenting the content in the curriculum. So, ang mnemonics dito ay TCTM. Again, the 4 ways of presenting the content in the curriculum. Paano daw i-present ang content sa curriculum? Meron tayong mnemonics na TCTM. TCTM. Number 1, topical approach. So, number 1, topical approach. This means the knowledge and the experience. Next, concept approach. Ito yung fewer topics or relatedness. Yun na yung mga dapat tandaan natin. Thematic approach, ang clue dito, combination of concepts. Modular approach, ang clue dito, complete units of instructions. Again, topical approach, ang clue, knowledge and experiences. Concept approach, ang clue, fewer topics, relatedness. Thematic approach, ang clue, combination of concepts. And modular approach, ang clue, complete units of instructions. Okay, so those are the 4 ways of presenting the content in the curriculum. Now, we will proceed to 6 suggested criteria in the selection of knowledge or subject matter. So, what are those 6 suggested criteria in the selection of knowledge or subject matter? By Scheffer, 1970, in Bilbao, et al., 2009. So, merong significance, validity, learnability, feasibility, interest, and utility. Again, there are 6 suggested criteria. Sino nag-suggest? Si Scheffer, on 1970, in Bilbao. Okay? Suggested criteria in the selection of knowledge of subject matter. So, paano ba nalaman nila kung ano ang mga content or of knowledge na ilalagay sa subject matter? So, dapat meron itong meron mnemonics na SVOLFI. Okay, ulit. SVOLFI. Again, SVOLFI. First, significance. Next, validity. Next, learnability. Next, feasibility. Next, interest. And next is utility. So, ano ba itong significance? Sa significance, dapat ang knowledge daw can attain overall purpose of the curriculum. And the content becomes the means of developing CAP or the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor skills of learners. And it also addresses cultural context. Again, basta significance, overall purpose. Tapos, means of developing CAP, skills of the learners, and address cultural context. Next, number 2, validity or the authenticity. Basta validity, authenticity. Valid in the current time. So, dapat naayon din siya sa trend. Next, learnability, complexity. Okay? And based on psychological principles of learning. And there are 2 basic principles in the learnability, the appropriate organization and sequencing content. So, pag sa learnability, tatandaan complexity. Next, feasibility. Ito yung learn within the time allowed, resource available, and the opportunities. Ano yung feasibility? Time allowed or the resource availability. Next, interest. Pag sabi interest, dapat meaningful. Okay? Pag sabi interest, meaningful. And one of the driving forces for students to learn better. Dapat ang subject matter ay magpapadrive sa students na mag-learn pa ng mag-learn. Okay? Meaningful dapat siya. Next, utility or usefulness. So, dapat, itanong ng teacher, will I use this? Will it add meaning? Or will it useful in solving current concerns? So, those are the questions of the teachers in the utility. Basta utility, usefulness. Basta interest, meaningfulness. Basta feasibility, time allowed. Basta learnability, complexity. Basta validity, authenticity. Basta significance, overall purpose. So now we will proceed to 5 guides in the selection of the content in the curriculum. So what are the 5 guides in the selection of the content in the curriculum? Next, first is the number 1, commonly used in the daily life. Number 2, appropriate to maturity levels and ability of the learners. Number 3, valuable in meeting the needs and competence of the future career. Next, related to other subjects, fields, or discipline for complementation and integration. And next is, it is important in the transfer of learning to other disciplines. So yun lang, understandable naman siya, yung 5 guides in the selection of the content in the curriculum. Next, let's proceed sa 5 basic or the BASIC principles of the content in the curriculum. Ang nag-suggest ito, ang nag-create nito ay si Palma on 1952. So ano ba yung basic principles? B for balance, A for articulation, S for sequence, I for integration, C for continuity. So pag sabing balance, fairly distributed in depth and breadth. A, articulation, smooth connections or bridging. And seamlessness is desired in the content should be provided. And teamwork needs. Okay? Sequence, pattern, easy to complete, and known to unknown. And vertically for deepening the content. Basta horizontally for broadening the same content. Yun. Next, integration. Dapat merong relatedness and connectedness. Continuity should be perennial and endures time, or constant repetition and reinforcement and enhancement. So those are the elements of continuity. So what are the 5 basic principles? Balance, articulation, sequence, integration, and continuity. So now we will proceed to curriculum as a process. So the interaction of teachers, students, and contents curriculum happens in the classroom, and an active process with emphasis on the context in which the process occurs, and it also seen as a scheme about the practice of teaching, and it is also used to content to achieve an outcome. And the teachers emphasize critical thinking and hands-on. And also, in curriculum as a process, the curriculum must link to the content or the pedagogical content knowledge. So there are 3 words connote the process in the curriculum. What are those? There are 3 words connote the process in the curriculum: the instruction, the implementation, and the teaching. So IIT. 3 words connote the process in the curriculum: instruction, implementation, and teaching. So what are the 3 ways of teaching? So merong 3 ways of teaching: ways of managing the content, guiding learning methods of teaching and learning, and strategies of teaching or delivery modes. Now, what are the 2 strategies? First is to time-tested traditional methods and emerging delivery modes. Now, we will proceed to 7 guiding principles when curriculum is approached as a process. So first, curriculum process in the form of teaching methods or strategies means to achieve the end. So dapat may end. 2, no best process or method, and effectiveness depend on the desired learning outcomes, the learner's support materials, and teachers. Next, stimulate the learner's desire to develop the CAP or the cognitive affective domains in each individual. Number 4, in the choice of methods, learning and teaching styles should be considered. Number 5, method and process should be result to learning outcomes. And number 6, flexibility in the use of process and methods. And number 7, 2 important processes in the implementation of curriculum is the teaching and learning. So that's it for the curriculum as a process. So when we say curriculum as a process, what the student desire to achieve as a learning outcomes. Goodbye. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.